Okay, here's where we're going this weekend. Tonight, in our couple of hours that we have, we're calling this a 10,000-foot view of discipleship. In 2 hours, and what's left of 2 hours now, you can't learn how to disciple and go do it. So this is a 10,000-foot view. Tomorrow, from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we're going to go down to maybe a 1,000-foot view of discipleship. We're going to get down into more of what it's really all about. Tomorrow evening, for those of you that come from 6 to 8:30, we're going to be on the ground, because I'm going to be talking about things for people that are going to be doing it come September. We're going to be looking at curriculum and how to recruit your people and how to relate to your people. We're going to be on the ground looking at some stuff. And then Sunday morning in one of the Sunday school classes, I told I have about 45 minutes, so I consider that maybe a 50,000-foot view of discipleship. And then Sunday after church, there's an opportunity for a Q&A time with, I guess, the pastors and the elders on all of this and on anything else about what's going on in church. I'm just curious, how many of you are going to be here tomorrow morning? Okay. How many are not? Maybe it's easier to ask that. How many are not going to make it tomorrow? Okay. How many are going to be here tomorrow evening? Okay, it's more than I thought. How many are going to be, well, Sunday morning, you're not going to hear anything new, believe me, in 45 minutes. You will have heard it all. So maybe, hopefully that's more for people that, didn't come to this. But if you'd like to come to that Sunday school class, feel free. But obviously that won't be new information. Okay, great. Thank you. You have handouts there. Please put your name on your folder so that if it happens to be shuffled with someone else's, or you leave it here tonight and come back and find it tomorrow, that you'll know which one is yours. That's for you to keep. That's for you to take notes on. My approach on that document that says Life and Life Missional Discipleship Orientation at the top with the king, the chess king, by the way, that's my ministry symbol. That's an outline of what we're going to be covering today and tomorrow night. So there's some additional materials for those of you that are going to be here tomorrow that we'll be giving you, but this is your outline. You also have in your folder, some of you have found it, some of the curriculum samples. I want you to put that away and hide it. Hide it behind those sheets where you found it in the first place. That's why we put it there, because I don't want you fumbling through the curriculum. We won't even talk about that until Saturday evening. Now, for those of you that aren't going to be there Saturday evening, if you want to ask me any questions about it, please do. But here's why we're not going to talk about it until Saturday evening. Discipleship is not about the curriculum. It's about the discipler. It's about what the discipler knows. And it's about Jesus. It's about the Holy Spirit. It's not about the curriculum. The curriculum is a tool. And the biggest mistake disciplers make that I see is not getting what I just said and making it a study of curriculum. So that's why I'm saying put it away and don't look at it and think about the things we're going to be saying, for the rest of the evening. So thank you for doing that. Okay. I've got a little something that I call the effective church, or the pathway to church effectiveness. And I want to kind of lead you through this and show you where discipleship fits in this. In 5 years of doing this, doing things with churches, all kinds of things. I work with church boards and, as I said, strategic planning and team building with the staff. And I coach a lot of pastors in leadership. I tell them, I help them get what they didn't get in seminary. How to lead a church, how to lead, how to manage, how to deal with staff problems, how to deal with elder problems, which I know you don't have here because we got some elders. I've met some of your elders. I know you couldn't possibly have elder problems. But creating organizational clarity is one of the things I see badly needed by churches. Building cohesive leadership teams is another thing I see. Growing your people, strangely enough. How do we grow our people? The churches don't know. And as you do all that, developing what I call real biblical community as you do church. So the ways that these things are done as I see it, is organizational clarity comes from having a ministry plan, a purpose, a vision, core values, a mission. And then a strategic plan, which is how are we going to get from where we are to that. Strategic plan just means the things you do. What are the things we do that are going to move our church there? Job descriptions. And I don't just mean staff. I mean the elders and the deacons and laity. Good people, the right people in the right seats on the bus, as Jim Collins says. And a clear organizational model, starting with the elder board and on down. So those are things that sound pretty simple for most organizations, but most churches are a mess in those areas. So that's one thing that's really critical. Building a cohesive leadership team means fitting people to their roles in any team that you have. The staff, the elders, the deacons, any ministry teams or committees, the right people in the right roles. And then what does cohesive mean? That you have trust, which leads to healthy conflict, which leads to commitment, which leads to commitment to your decisions, which leads to accountability to follow through, which leads to real results. So churches, any team will not get results if it doesn't have all those things, starting with trust. And trust, I believe, starts with knowing. Knowing each other, and knowing each other deeply is what builds real trust. So that's something I see missing. I see fractured elder boards and fractured church staffs. For some reason, I don't see many fractured diaconate. God bless you, who's a deacon in here? God bless you, deacons. For some reason, you guys just seem to get along because you're just focused on serving and doing your work, because that's how God blessed you. But maybe there are some. And then growing your people, I break down into a continuum that involves three things: shepherding, discipleship, and leadership development. Shepherding the people. I've hardly ever talked to anyone from a church that said they love their shepherding system. The people that are supposed to be shepherding, whether it's the elders or deacons or whomever at that church, feel fulfilled and whole, because when they shepherd, they feel God's pleasure, and the people are feeling shepherded, and they get that feedback from the people, and the people go, I feel well shepherded by these people that are supposed to be shepherding. Usually it's the opposite of what I just expressed in churches. We don't know how to shepherd. Discipleship, obviously talk a lot about that, and then leadership development, which I believe the foundation of leadership development is clearly discipleship.